Streaming is difficult. If you've been to the game for a while, then you probably know this, but if you don't know or if you're brand new, it's important to keep this in mind. Streaming sometimes does take a toll and it does affect you in a negative way. There will be times you'll feel like you're just not worth it. Whether it's because you compare yourself to other streamers and you feel inferior, or because your gear is just not good enough, there are a lot of things that just hurt a lot. We're gonna talk about them tonight. How's it going, guys? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. My name is DSynchro. Streaming is amazing and I absolutely love it. It's such an incredible and positive experience. You will meet so many amazing people that will become your friends and sometimes more. You learn to develop new skills and a newfound confidence in what you do. You do the things that you absolutely love doing and you meet like-minded people whilst doing so. You become more social and more comfortable in scenarios that you're often not used to. But despite a lot of the positives, there's still a wave of things that get to streamers in a very negative way. If this video ends up helping you in any way today, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Also share it around with your streamer friends so they can learn something new too. Alright. Let's talk about a couple of those things. Big important one right here is that your gear does not make you the streamer. Listen guys, your gear does not make you who you are. Neither will you become a better streamer for having better gear. Better gear is great. I am all for improving my gear and getting my hands on some new tech. It feels amazing to have new stuff. But it does not define who you are or your content. That streamer that you really enjoy watching, the one with a fancy light and the 2 PC setup, is not a better streamer than you because he has all that. How many of us watching this video right now are already streamers or thinking of becoming streamer yourselves? How often do you guys think to yourselves, I can't do that because I don't have the right gear for it. I don't want to stream or make YouTube videos because I don't have a good camera or a good microphone. You don't need that stuff to make good content. Listen, nowadays what you can do with a simple $40 microphone is quite impressive. Software has evolved so much, and the things that you can do with simple filters on OBS is quite impressive. Bottom line being, you can do amazing things without fancy gear. So don't let yourself feel so discouraged just because you don't have some fancy things. Just go out there and do it. Now I know what you're gonna say.
DSynchro, you have fancy gear. Look at your room and all your collectibles and the peripherals that you have.
Guys, I didn't start off like this. This is what my room used to look like. And this is what my streams used to look like.
Where's my headphones? Oh.
I think I was hitting something around 40 viewers or more back then before I upgraded my camera and got a new microphone. Progress will only happen when you do the things that you want to improve on. I'd completely advise against waiting until you have better gear for you to start streaming. Start streaming now with what you currently have and improve over time. Done is better than perfect. Okay, this next one is a really big one. Stop focusing on the numbers. How many of us have their viewer count on while they're streaming? I'll wait a few seconds for you guys to go down to the comments and write it. How many of us feel really upset when we see our numbers drop? Let me give you a little bit of advice. Hide the numbers. There are far more negatives than positives to having your viewer count visible whilst you're streaming. Focusing on the numbers whilst you're streaming is going to make you feel inferior when you're not doing as good. I think of it like this. I am not going to benefit in any way from knowing my viewer count. If my viewer count is low, I'm gonna feel upset. And if my viewer count is high, I'm going to overthink and I'm gonna shift my focus solely on trying to keep those viewers around. And then I'm gonna be upset when I don't. Nowadays, I really don't even look at my statistics anymore because I know it'll just make me feel like crap. Listen, I know sometimes it's good to see what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And if you're using your viewer count to improve your content, more power to you. But if it ends up affecting you in an unhealthy and negative way, you're better off just flicking that switch off. I woke up this morning to a message from a friend of mine asking me, how do you keep up the strength to do streaming when you feel like a subpar streamer? I just need some advice if you have any. This resonated with me so much because I truly feel like this every single day. This is going to be one of those do as I say, not as I do bits of advice because I still haven't overcome this. I am trying my best, however. It is very difficult to not compare yourself and not feel subpar in the environment that you're in. You have so many other amazing content creators that do so many incredible things. And there are times that I feel like everything that I do on my stream, there's someone out there doing it so much better than I could ever even hope to achieve. But that's the thing. In life, everything you do will always have at least one person that's better at you at it. But if you dwell on that, you'll never get anything done. You don't have to be amazing at everything that you do. That's the thing. You are unique, and I know it's so hard to not compare yourself to others, especially when that person is someone you look up to. Big or small, whatever you have is unique to you, and the people that you meet on your adventure as a streamer will love you for who you are. And in regards to feeling subpar, one of the things that I've been doing recently is hyping myself up more, giving myself the credit that I feel I deserve, despite it being difficult sometimes. Get a notebook out and write at least one good thing about you or your content every single day. Then after 30 days, you'll have a full list of all the great things that you do. I guarantee you, once you go back and you look through all the good things about yourself, you're gonna smile. This one is one that breaks my heart a little bit. Not everyone's your friend. Time to get realistic here, guys. You will make some amazing friends whilst you're streaming. You'll come across some awesome people and some fantastic community members. You'll meet other streamers who are fun and like-minded. But ask yourself this, how many of those people are there for you or just what you have? This is the dark side of streaming that you probably and hopefully haven't had to deal with it yourself. There are some people out there that on the surface will seem like the best kind of people you've ever met. But the reality is, they're nothing more than social climbers. The kind of people who will use you as a stool to get up on a ledge, and when you stick your hand out for them to pull you up, they'll just walk away. We're all in this together, right? Some people are only in it for themselves. Now, this is not meant to discourage you from networking and making friends. It's more so to open your eyes a little bit to things like that, because unfortunately, there are people like that. Keep an eye out is all I'm saying. Hopefully you guys will never have to go through that. And this last one is immensely important for all of us. Try to focus on the positives even when they're hard to see. Adding a bit more to my previous point before we wrap up. It's very, very difficult to look at the positives sometimes, and I will never fault you for struggling to do so. It is very tough when you have so much going around you at once. You have to deal with so many things like inadequacy and harmful comments and trolls, lack of growth, and feeling like nothing you ever do is good enough, and much, much more. Sometimes it'll feel like the negatives are more than the positives, but that's not always the case. Touching upon something that I spoke about in my previous 5 tips video, which I would highly recommend you guys watch after this, link of it is going to be on the description. We are like popcorn. We're all thrown in the same pan with the same heat, the same oil, the same butter, and the same salt. But despite us being in a similar scenario, we all pop at different times. We just gotta give that pop the opportunity. If you have the passion and you're putting in the work, you will get there. It'll take some time, more so for some than others. Content creation is something that I strongly believe anyone can achieve in as long as they're willing to put in the work. And like I said, some might take longer than others. It's all a learning experience. But that experience becomes so much more difficult when you're focusing so much on the negatives. Once again, you gotta give yourself the credit that you deserve. But that's it. Those are 5 super important things that you really need to know about streaming. There's a lot of other things that I could talk about that I deem relatively important, but I don't think it would be fair to cram it all in one video and overload you guys. Let me know down in the comments if I helped you, and tell me some of the things that you feel like you could improve on. Let's improve on them together. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this video was able to help you or a friend of yours in any way, shape, or form. If you have any questions and want to learn more, come check us out on Twitch. I stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays starting at 4 p.m. Australia West Standard Time. And I'd love to see you there. That's all for this video, friends. I hope you all have an amazing day and an amazing stream. Catch y'all later.